Indian polity, historical background. The Crown rule from 1858 to 1947. Government of India Act into 1919. On August 1917, the British government declared for the first time that its objective was the gradual introduction of the responsible government of India. The Government of India Act 1919 was thus enacted, which came into the force into the 1921. This act is also as Mont- Montagu Chelmsford reforms. Montagu was a Secretary of the State for the India, and Lord Chelmsford was the Viceroy of India. The features of this act are like this. Number one, it relaxed the capital control over the provinces by the demarcating and separating the central and the provisional subjects. The central and the provisional legislature were authorized to make laws on their respective list of the subjects. However, the structure of the government continued to be the centralized and unitary. 2. It further divided the provisional subject into the two parts, transferred and the reserved. The transferred subject were to be administered by the governor with the aid of the ministers responsible to the legislative council. The reserved subject, on the other hand, were to be administered by the governor and his executive council without being responsible to the legislative council. This dune scheme of the governors was known as the diarchy, a term derived from the Greek word diarch, which means double rule. However, this experiment was largely unsuccessful. 3. It introduced for the first time bicameralism and direct elections in the country. Thus, the Indian Legislative Council was replaced by the bicameral legislature consisting of the upper house, Council of the State, and the lower house, Legislative Assembly. The majority of the members of the both houses were chosen by the direct election. 4. It required that the three of the six members of the Viceroy Executive Council, other than the Commander-in-Chief, were to be Indian. 5. It extended the principle of the communal representation by the providing separate electorates for the Sikhs, Indian Christians, Anglo-Indians, and the Europeans. 6. It granted franchises to the limited number of the people on the basis of the property, tax, or the education. 7. It created a new office of the High Commissioner for the India in the London and transferred to him some of the functions hitherto performed by the Secretary of the State for India. 8. It provided for the establishment of a Public Service Commission. Hence, Central Public Service Commission was set up into the 1926 for the recruiting civil servants. 9. It separated for the first time provisional budgets from the central budget and authorized the provisional designation to enact their budgets. 10. It provided for the appointment of the statutory commission to the inquire into the report on its working after 10 years of its coming into the force. Thank you very much.